Welcome to my tips for Australian racing for the 23rd of February 2025. As I said yesterday, I will start putting the profits up. And here's what we have. So we've had so far 356 selections. Now, this is all selections, it's not restricted in any way, filtered in any way. It's just all the ones I have put up. And I have put four different staking plans in here that you could have followed. The first is betting $100 divided by price. So you're basically laying whatever number that comes up with. So if it was, say, $100, you'd be laying one. Now, the next one is 100 divided by price minus one. That is how liability is done on the Betfair starting price. So you can think of this is you're basically risking $100 on this one, whereas the previous one, the $100 divided by price, would have been risking $99. Then we've got just to win $1, so that's to always bring back the exact same profit. So whatever the odds are, you'd essentially be risking that. So if it was a $10 chance, you'd basically put $10 on it, risking nine of those dollars to win $1. And the last one is a variation of that where I've just capped it at $100. I know people don't like to lay long shots for crazy amounts. So if there was a horse that starts at 1,000 to 1, and you're putting $1 on it, suddenly you're essentially risking $999 on that horse. People don't like to do that, so I've capped it at $100. So that way, you're really only risking up to that $100, similar to the first two staking plans. So out of that, we've had 356 selections. All of them are in profit. Now, the one that's made the most profit is the $100 divided by price. And you can see we've made 363, 262 under that staking plan. To win $1 was 205, and when we cap it at $100, it's 141. Now, if you look at the staked volume, this is the backside. I know we're laying, but I'd like to look at both the backside and the liability side. So this is essentially if you were going to back the horse, what would the turnover have been? So essentially 1,768 on that one, just over $2,000 on that, 356 there, and 287. So you can think of that as if someone's taking the other side of your bet, this is what they are going to need to bet. So you can see that the last two don't require as much on the backer's side to match your bets as the first two staking plans. So that's something to consider because you're definitely likely to get those last two staking plans matched a lot easier than the first two. And it kind of varies at the odds. So just keep in mind, short odds you're always going to get matches. The longer odds, obviously, you're only going to need cents to back for those first few staking plans. But those kind of in the middle, from the $10 to like $50 range, is where you may have some issues with the first two staking plans. Now, the next one is the liability. That is what we're really risking. So that's our risked amount. So you can see the first two have risked around the mid $30,000, so $33,000 and $35,000. The to win $1 has risked $53,000. Now that is because as soon as you get a few long shots up at those $700, $1,000 ranges, and we had quite a few at the $1,000 ranges, they add up really, really quickly. But you can see the massive cap you can put on that risk with if you capped it at $100 risk. Now we could cap it at $30 risk, we could cap it at $10 risk. there's probably a few there that we could have a look at. I've just chosen 100 just to line up with the other staking plans. And then finally, the profit on turnover. So pot, some people do care about this. I don't look at it that much, although I still do record it. So we've got 20% on the first one on the staked amount, 12%, 57%, and 49%. Now, obviously, these ones are much higher because the staking is a lot less. But if we looked at what we actually risked, which is more important, I would say, given that we're laying, we're doing pretty good on all of them. So you wouldn't expect these to be really high because we are laying long shots. So as soon as there's something above that $100, you're essentially getting less than 1% anyway. So anything that's going over 1% or even over 0.5% is pretty good. So you can see here they're all under the 1%. So we're looking at 0.81% for the last one, and the highest one being 1.08%. So all looking good at this stage. A lot of them were bumped up by a really good day yesterday. Had a great day out of the 200 selections. So let's quickly go and have a look at how the tab figure's done. Now I haven't put that on here just because I haven't had a chance to do it. I also haven't put in the drawdowns, which I will code in to the spreadsheet soon. Because what you really want to know is what's my profit basically to my drawdown. That's kind of the real measure of risk that you're looking for. You can do Sharpe ratios and things like that, but essentially, how is your profit to your max drawdown so far? And if we look at that, we'll have a bit of an idea of how safe these staking plans are following these selections. So let's jump into yesterday. I'm just going to put this down to the tab only ones just because there's a lot less selections out of the 200 odd. So Rosehill is where we started yesterday. And you can see here, no matter which staking plan we looked at, we were in profit. So we had two losers. One was a $5.92 odds, and the other one was $2.37. But only the two losses out of how many selections did we get there? Still count out of 23 selections, so that's less than 10%. Now a lot of them were double digits there. We had quite a few end up in here in single digits. So definitely seems to be a extra filter if you're looking to restrict these down. Now, I like high turnover, so I do like to not restrict things where I can. If we quickly just glance through how we did yesterday, you'll see there is a lot of greens, a heap of greens, not many losses at all. So a lot of these were corrects. We had quite a few scratchings. I leave those in there just for auditing, I guess. People don't think that I'm removing things. So we had this one here at 592, which we saw already in the tab. And we had this one here at 559. So Yarra Valley, we had two losses. Then we had the Sacred Bull one at Gold Coast, which was 237. And the rest are pretty much greens. So a pretty much good day, really. Not many losses there at all, given we had over 200 selections. So the base method that I'm using, although it's only been a very short period, but the method that I'm using to choose these selections appears to have some value, given that it's been a short time. Variance, we could have just had some good variance yesterday, pushing it up. We'll see how it goes again today. I'll probably start betting these Monday if we have a good day today. We'll see how we go today. It might have a shocker and pull back, but I'll likely start putting in some bets on Monday. So let's jump to today's selections. Now there's 100 selections today, so I'm just going to call out the interesting ones again. If you want to pause the video and look at them all, I'm putting it on the screen so you can see it fairly easy. If we look at Nowra, there's not many selections at Nowra, lots of double-digit selections. The lowest there is race 2, number 8, Cami. There's a few in the low double digits. Like we've got number 13 here, number 4, Super Sprocket in race 8 at $13, but no single figures at Nowra. If I move down now to show Mudgee, we've got one there at $5.50 for Brutal Bell in race 4, number 9. And that is the only one that is single figures there as well. Again, a lot of double digits and quite a few triple digits there, which are rarely going to come under the tab odds that we're looking for. But given the staking plans we're using that I'm monitoring, easily should be able to be put into all of those. So let's jump down to Ballarat, where we've got a favourite and a second favourite in the same race. So race 4 is probably a bit of a danger race, given we've got the favourite and the second favourite and a whole bunch of other selections. So it's kind of looking for a horse there in that $5 to probably $20 range to take that race out. The favourite is Think Like Paddy, which was number 10. It was $3.50 on the tab this morning. And the second favourite was Gems, or Gemies, I have no idea how you pronounce that, number 13, which was $4.80 and was the second favourite. Now, looking through Ballarat, there's no other interesting selections. Most of them are triple digits, so not much that we would that will get much on the first 2 staking plans because they rely on the short odds to get the profits. Let's jump to Moe. Now, Moe, we've got a few extra ones here, so let's look at the first 5 races. We've got a second favourite there in race 2, number 1, Ben Riak. We've got another couple of short ones in race 4s. Bafleck is $6, that's number 10. And number 3, Gypsy Cove, is at $7. And race 5, we've got Real Intrigue, which is number 2 at $9.50. And I'll just go down so we can see 6 and 7. They're all longer ones, so not much there. That looks like it will be too dangerous. So let's run to Sunshine Coast. Okay, Sunshine Coast, we've only got race 3 where we've got an $8 chance. Number 10, Brooklyn Daisy, and number 9, Princess Moneybag, is $8.50. Then in race 5, we've got River Ribble at $6. And that's pretty much it at Sunshine Coast. There wasn't much there at all. Not sure why, but just not many selections there at all. Then we've got Balaclava. So let's have a look. We've got in the first race a $4.20 chance, number 4, which is Naval Assign. And geez, after that, it is very much longer shots. There's a $10 chance in race 6, number 9, Mercury Flyer. And that's pretty much it for Balaclava. Not much there at all in the short range. Then later in the day, we've got Pinjarra. Note that Pinjarra probably didn't have its scratchings in when I did the form, so some of these may end up scratched. So race 1, number 2, we got Kundul, which is $6. Race 2, we got the favourite, which is You Give Me Chills, which was $3.50. We've got another one there in race 7, Lyrical Angel, at $8.50. And that is pretty much it. So all up, let's leave it on the screen so you can pause if needed. All up, we've got, just looking at the count, 112 selections for the day. Now, the method I'm using can be used for New Zealand as well. It can pretty much be used around the world on any meeting that is offered where I get form. So that will be UK, South Africa, some US races, and New Zealand and Australia. But I've only concentrated on Australia at the moment. Let's get that down and sorted, and that's where most of the selections are going to come from. And maybe at some point I'll add New Zealand and the other places in. If I do that, I will record them separately, just so we'll at least record it by country as well, so we know if it's working in those countries. Okay, and then I'll leave it there. If you're having a bet today, good luck. Hopefully these are of some value to you, even if you're just following to see how they go. There is a lot of selections. I realize that most people can't get this many selections on, but maybe if you are looking to have a bet, you can just see what horses I have actually want to lay in those races, and maybe that just helps you narrow down some of the horses you've got. And if you are tailing the picks and following them, good luck, and hopefully we get another great day today, just like yesterday. I will likely start betting tomorrow if today is good. I think there's enough selections in there now to show that the method has some merit, even though it has been such a short period. And I would prefer to be running this for a much longer period before I put money on, but I'll only put on some small stakes to get a bit of cash in there and make it a bit more interesting. Okay, I'll leave it there. Hopefully everything is going well with your punting, and thanks for watching the video.